This is the Great Basin prescribed fire briefing for Friday, February 2nd. On the map, you can see some of the prescribed burn projects ongoing in the purple circles. New fire starts, small, tenth of an acre type stuff, but still dry enough down in southern Nevada. Also an isolated one recently up in northwest Nevada. Precipitation the past 7 days. Quite dry across most of the Great Basin, but you can see the tons of moisture pushing into California right now in the Pacific Northwest, a sign of things to come. You can see snowfall in the past 24 hours, probably 1 to 2 feet of snow in the Sierra, and it's starting to spill over into the mountains of southern central Nevada and Utah, and will continue that trend for the rest of the day. Snow cover currently on the right-hand side, below normal in most areas and not much in the valley locations, mostly in the mid and upper slopes. A lot of the most recent storms were on the warmer side with higher snow levels. Snowpack across the west. Now this is normal in an El Nino. Below normal snowpack across the northern Rockies, the Pacific Northwest. But not normal in the Sierra or parts of northern Arizona, although we do see above normal snowpack across a good part of the mountainous terrain of Nevada and also into northern Utah. In parts of the Wasatch, conditions are near or above normal somewhat. We'll be adding to that in the coming days. 100-hour fuel is quite moist and will become more moist in time. And that's because of a strong storm system. We actually have a couple of them coming up. First one pulling up tons of moisture from the south and southeast. And there's more waiting in the wings. You can see this big blob of moisture and fairly warm air, so snow levels fairly high, above 7,000 feet in a lot of locations, but in the vicinity of storm systems as normal. Excellent overall dispersion, areas in the white and the yellow, very few in the purple. We're starting to get in that time period where air quality starts to improve. We don't see the deep inversions that we see in November and December. Here is our surface winds on the left-hand side. Quite windy, or at least breezy. Southern central area, still some light wind conditions further north. You can see the humidity high just about all areas except near 40% or so down in the south. Vertical mixing heights on the right looking really good, several thousand feet above ground level. Transport winds also looking really strong, so that'll help conditions. Now as we go into Saturday, we can see that this one storm system departs, but another one starts coming into its behind it into parts of southern and central California, but still lingering moisture across northern Utah and parts of Idaho. Excellent overall dispersion, a lot of areas in the white. Continued high humidity on the right, continued breezy conditions where you see the enhanced colors, and you see them even better on the transport wind side, especially across the higher terrain areas where gusts could be in excess of 30, or at least the transport winds will be, where you see those areas in orange. And excellent vertical mixing in all areas. We don't expect any long-lasting inversions in this kind of a pattern. There's the next storm system taking shape on Sunday. Tons of moisture pushing up into a good portion of Nevada, the Arizona Strip, and parts of western Utah. Excellent overall dispersion. Same story on the high humidity. Strongest transport winds in the west with that next storm system. That was the surface wind. These are the transport winds. 3-day precipitation totals widespread. I would call them light to moderate amounts across most of the Great Basin, but locally heavier amounts across the Sierra front. Now on Monday, that storm system kind of gets strung out and spread out. You see lots of moisture, some breaks in between, excellent overall dispersion, and that moisture really deepens. It taps into what's called an atmospheric river, or sometimes nicknamed the Pineapple Express, just high levels of moisture emanating out of the tropics, and just a lot of moderate to locally heavy precipitation. We see the areas in the green. That pattern continues on Wednesday. Colder air on Wednesday. Up until this point, snow levels will be near or above 7,000 feet, but they will start to lower on Wednesday and Thursday as the core of this low pressure center, which has colder air, will start to move in. No issues on ventilation or dispersion. Excellent in all areas. This is the precipitation Monday night through Wednesday night. You can see mostly in the southern central areas, and then it starts tapering off as we go into Thursday, Friday, leading into the end of next week. 7-day precipitation totals looking really good everywhere. Nice to see this being centered across parts of the Colorado River Basin. This will add to the snowpack as well. And the 8 to 14-day outlook on the right shows the storminess continues across southern areas of the Great Basin, cooler than normal conditions prevailing. So we continue with the unsettled weather pattern as we go into the second week of February. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day. Next one coming up this Monday.